Lydia and Lindsay, our camera's not working.
I can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah, I can hear. So, I think this thing limits us to like 40 minutes or whatever, so I'll go ahead and get started. What I've done is I'll show you guys a PowerPoint that I put together, just to kind of run through with some suggestions and such to kind of help as you start. I think that'll give us kind of a starting line, and then I think your creativity or whatever you guys can do can go from there. Or if you have any questions after I show this, you guys can let me know what you think. All right, so I'm gonna take and try and show my. That is not it yet. All right. Can you guys see that?
I can.
So you guys see the PowerPoint?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I see it.
So first, so I know they originally sent out the thing, and it said that we were going to do 3 photos for just your rabbits to show, and then it was 4 photos for meat pen. I called and we changed that, and now we're going to do 4 and 4. So because we're limited to 4 pictures for our exhibit, so that's why we're not doing more than that. So you'll have a top, side, front, and back view. So I just wanted to kind of point out some things that we want to pay attention to when we take pictures. Moreover, just the pictures is what I want to talk about now, more so than talking about the posing of them. So first example, do you guys you see how bad this picture is?
Yeah.
It's because I put a white rabbit on a white table, right? So we want to make sure that when you're posing your rabbits or taking the pictures, you want to look not only at just your rabbit, but you want to look at your background and make sure that you're getting a something that makes your rabbit look well. If you look at this picture, I got it sitting on a piece of plywood, but it could very easily could have been a piece of carpet, a mat, a towel, anything that you want to find to kind of make a solid color. You just want to watch and make sure that we don't get prints or patterns that are going to distract from being able to see your rabbit. Does that make sense so far?
Yeah.
All right. So what I ended up with was a piece of cardboard that I found made with a white rabbit stand out the best. If you have a tan rabbit or whatever, that may not be the perfect option for your rabbit. And we got to be careful as we're doing that too, is that it's not sometimes we're going to find smoother surfaces that could make it easier for our rabbits to slide off or try and get off of. And so we want to, to take the photo, we're going to have to let go of it. So we're going to want to be careful during this time to make sure that we're getting the best picture, but also, watching our rabbit and making sure that they're taken care of. So then comes the side view, right? Once we find a table or find something to set our rabbit on, we can take the top picture and we're good. And then we go to the side view and you got to watch what's behind it, right? Because you're going to have the same problem. We don't want the judge checking out everything in the background of our rabbit. We want the judge to be able to focus and see the details on our rabbit. Make sense?
Yeah. Yep.
Next becomes lighting. Do you guys see the difference between those 2 photos? How much darker this one is? I don't know how I can go. I think I can see the difference in that and that. There's quite a difference, and that's all just on how you have the lights. So we want to be careful that we don't, if you use a lamp or use something to help get a brighter area, that you don't make it too bright where they're all washed out and whatnot. But at the same time, you don't want it dark where the judge can't see the details of your rabbit. So see the difference when I take and put just something plain in the background? Makes a big difference. When we have the lighting correct, it makes the rabbit really show up nice, right? So take your time and do that. You'll also want to notice, you know, we're doing photos, but you'll still want to like have your rabbit's toenails trimmed and all that, because that's the kind of detail that you want to be able to have in your photos. Okay, let's talk about front and back view. So when I was trying this and trying to find the best way to kind of get a back view, I ended up with, you know, multiple pieces of cardboard to kind of box in so that I got rid of all the distractions on the outside. But as you'll see in my photos, I had a lot of problems with shadowing. And so realistically, I probably could have went and got a lamp or something to help with that. But you're definitely going to have the hardest time getting pictures from the front and from the back. So that takes care of the major things. Other tips that I had when I was doing it was, see how if you look at this picture, my rabbit's really moved over to the left and I got a bunch of space on the right. We'll want to take, you know, you're being judged on your rabbit, but you're kind of being judged on your photography skills as well. So you'll want to make sure that you center your rabbit in your photo. You also don't want to take a picture so close up like that, that the judge can't see the shape of your rabbit in overall view. Same time, see how far back that picture is? We don't want to be so far away that we're struggling, you know, the judge is struggling to see the detail. The other thing I thought, you know, might help us is the squareness, how the rabbit is kind of turned in the picture, and taking and turning and getting your camera squarely over top of the rabbit or side. And then I also thought if you're taking multiple photos, it's not required. That tag that I put down there in the corner that I made up, that's not required for it to be in your photos. But if you're showing multiple rabbits and taking multiple pictures of your different rabbits, it might be helpful for you to make sure that you get the correct pictures grouped together when you go to upload them. Because if you go out and you take all your pictures of your rabbits and then you go into the house, you could easily get confused on your rabbits if they're all the same breed or variety or whatever. At least I can on the New Zealand's. So that's all the tips and stuff that I have on the actual pictures of the rabbits. The thing then becomes taking the time to pose your rabbit and making sure that you have them correctly posed. And so each body type is different on what that's going to look like. And so I've included on the PowerPoint, which, you know, this is a lot to read. And so I'll have the 4-H Extension office send this out in an email, the PowerPoint, so everybody can have these different things that I've got attached here so that you guys can read it and kind of pick your rabbit and body type. So, but see the difference just in this one on how it's overposed, underposed, or it's correctly posed. We'll want to take and get our rabbits posed nicely. It's not just about a picture, and it's not about a cute bunny, right? It's going to be about getting our pictures correct and our posing correct. Should it be on the left side with the tattoo showing? No, that is not a requirement. I asked because I thought that we were going to have a tag with the tattoo number and such in the picture. And the information I got from Alicia this morning was no, the tattoo doesn't have to be in the, it's not, they don't call out that the tattoo has to be in the picture or that you have to have the tattoo number written on a card in the picture either. Does that make sense?
No.
It doesn't make sense as far as whether it's correct or not, but per the regulations, that's what we're going to have to do.
Per directions, yeah.
Only what we have to do. So here's examples of the commercial type, and then I went ahead and included, we got the full arch type. And see how, I mean, your rabbits are going to move quick, and you're going to have to practice getting these poses, getting your set, you know, get it set up where you get your lighting right and all that. But the important thing is, you know, we're talking about all this and how you got to do this and you got to do that. And it's all this extra stuff that you have to do instead of just to go to the show and hang out with your friends and have a good time. So don't forget that while you're doing this, it's still about the fun, right? Don't stress out about getting the perfect picture. Don't stress out about whether it's posed just perfect or whatnot. Enjoy having and playing with your rabbit and, you know, spending time with it.
Kenny, do we have to upload pictures? Does everybody have to upload pictures of their rabbit to complete the project?
Yes.
You can't just do a poster only
You could do a poster only.
and upload a picture of your poster?
Yes, you do the same thing, and I didn't put all that on here, but I'll forward it to you. I had Nicole forward it to me because she gets it for the boys being enrolled.
Right.
I don't know why they don't send it out to the volunteers, but it's
Yeah,
got all the
I've requested it.
step-by-step uploading directions on the site or on their thing. So it seemed like it was pretty deep. So I didn't bother going into that with the PowerPoint. But so there's that. Then there were some other things that, you know, here, just a second. Sorry about that. So, yeah. Other things that are important to pay attention to is grooming, right? Just because we're not showing them in person, we're still, for your picture, you're going to want to groom them and be taking care of them, just like you would if you were going to do a regular show. And then practice. You'll want to practice posing them and getting that all down where it's not fun, or where it's fun and not stressful when you're taking the pictures. So I put the link on the bottom here of where I found that, and there's more information about that. And these I thought were really good and might help, especially, you know, beginners or people, those of us that just do it for fun and do it for 4-H. By the different body types, how the posing, some tips on what the posing should look like, and it kind of breeds there on, you know, say like let's see, this one's French Angora. We want the front feet are directly under the eyes, and the toe of the rear feet align with the front of the hips. So when you're taking your picture, you're going to want to make sure that you have that kind of alignment, and that, you know, for some reason your rabbit isn't holding its foot back or whatnot. So I think taking that time and learning about your rabbit and how to pose them will make this more fun and will make you more successful. semi-arched, full-arched, compact. So, and I'm gonna send these out through the extension office, so you'll have all these details. They'll send them out tomorrow. Option, if you have any questions, you can always contact the extension office. But remember, they're developing this plan as we go. You know, the sites that we're uploading these pictures to, that we're uploading videos to, those are all being created as this is taking place and as it's happening. So our first year doing a virtual fair, and so we're going to have questions and all that. But we got to remember it's their first year hosting a virtual fair, so just be patient and understanding with them. And if you're having a problem, if you bring it up, it may be something that they can solve that it just hasn't been thought of. Also, if you want, you can reach out to me. I put my name, phone number, and email. Feel free to reach out to me. I probably won't have the answers, but I'll get them for you. What else? The jumping. The only ones that have to do a video are the jumping breeds. And that you upload to a different site, which all that information was on the information that was sent out. Does those tips help? Does anybody else have any other tips that might be helpful? Nobody? There has to be somebody better at taking pictures than I am.
Sorry, Kenny, this really isn't a tip. Is just the 4 pictures of the 4 different top, front, back, and side?
Yes, that's it.
Wow. Okay.
He doesn't believe it though.
If you're doing a meat pin, 4 pictures as well, but remember you have 3 rabbits with 4 pictures. So it's 1 picture of each rabbit, then 1 picture, your last picture is of the 3 together.
Oh.
So, but that's only the ones that are doing the meat pin.
So they don't need a picture of their YQCA certificate?
I don't know about that. I think that you probably have a number on that. I'm assuming that you have to enter in as your on the website and you're uploading your files. Because I was told that, and we have not done our pictures yet. So as you're doing it, I was told you'll be able to put like your breed and your variety in, and that's why we're not doing the cards.
Okay.
That information's entered in as you're uploading your photo. So that's where I thought the card might just be helpful to you as you're taking your pictures to separate them out. Or if you do 1 rabbit and you get all your pictures taken of that, to take a blank picture of something, you come in and you're going through your photos, you have something that tells you, okay, I've moved on to a different rabbit, just to keep your photos separate. Because you are going to take, I took lots of photos to get that little bitty PowerPoint that I put together, so. Has anybody else started taking pictures of their rabbits?
When's the deadline to turn in your pictures?
That was on the paperwork from the extension. I don't know off the top of my head. I can probably.
Again, okay.
It's July 2nd. Everything has to be turned in for all projects, have to be uploaded by July 2nd.
And we won't get, I mean, it's not, we won't get results until the end of July on how our rabbits did. Or any of your projects, you will not get results until the end of the month.
And those will just come via email?
I don't think they're positive yet how they're going to do that, because I know it's going to be notified. All projects will be sent out, I'm assuming, yeah, by email. Letting all the winners will be announced at one time. It won't It's not going to be one day they're going to announce rabbits, the next day they'll put it all out at one time.
Okay.
And they're still working on how they're going to get ribbons and different things passed out. Hopefully restrictions keep getting lighter and lighter, and that'll get easier and easier. So. Anybody else have anything?
Are we doing showmanship this year?
Yes, but I believe it is only the written test. If you look on the paperwork that came from the extension office, I am pretty sure if you look under submission guidelines, let's look. Yeah, here, I think I can pull that up real quick. Just a second. I'll exit. Full view. Okay. All right, can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
All right, so we got here for Rabbit Ambassador. We have completion of exam under the direction. I don't know what the Qualtrics is. Is that the new website that they're using? I guess. Also, so if you got the email, you'll see here it says 3 photos, but that has changed. If you follow the links or whatever in the email, that has been updated since and moved to 4 photos. So you'll want to, on all of your projects, go and look not on the email that they sent you, but on the links that have the most current changes to your projects. I think I'm being told that I think we're running out of time.
I think it's so we no longer have a time limit.
You think what?
It said we no longer have a time limit.
We no longer have a time limit?
That's what mine said.
Oh, perfect. All right. Well, we can just go all night talking about rabbits. Right.
Woohoo!
I don't have any good rabbit jokes. I looked up some good sheep jokes for Eric earlier.
Yeah, you sure did. That was helpful.
Yeah. All right. Has anybody got anything they want to share before we call it a meeting?
We have a question. Am I on mute? Wait.
Is he?
Nope. We can hear you.
Okay. We have a question.
Go, Izzy.
Okay. How many rabbits is it per class? Is it the usual, like, as it would
I believe
be?
they limit it. It's 2. Is that the usual?
I would say it's 2 per, yes. 2 senior bucks, 2 senior does, 2 junior bucks, 2 junior doe.
Yep.
And the same variety. Did I answer your question?
Yeah.
Anything else over there?
Mm-mm.
Anybody else? Well, if you guys come up with something, if you have a bunch of questions, or we know if I keep getting like the same question over and over or different things like that, I'll schedule a meeting. Otherwise, just let me know if you. I guess I don't have a reason to have a meeting, and it's kind of difficult to. You guys tend to be really quiet, so I feel like I talk 40 minutes. So we'll just do it as needed as issues come up. So don't hesitate. Seriously, if you're having issues, let me know so that we can come up with a solution, because the whole group's going to have the same issues. And if you're like us, you're going to wait till the very last day to try and get your pictures done and get them on the website. So we'll all want to learn, and it'll make it easier for those of us that wait till the last minute if some people do it first. So.
Waiting
All
to the
right.
last minute is never good, Kenny.
I know. It's Nicole. It's never me. I would do it right now if it was up to me.
Stop blaming your wife.
She's not on here. She's at another.
I'm texting her right now. I'm doing it.
So, all right. Well, you guys enjoy your projects. Have fun. As soon as I get it, receive where we can get together and have a actual in-person meeting, I'll get that set up. So we don't have to do this. We can have some fun, play some games. So, all right.
Sounds great.
Right.
All right.
Thanks, Kenny.
See you guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Find your dad.